Let's talk next about Zeder, which is a PSG group related investment company. It used to have a management relationship, but that's been replaced by a buy-in, which resulted in an additional 12% stake in Zeder being owned by PSG. But really it's a conglomerate or an investment holding company. Its biggest stake is in Pioneer Foods, but it also has investments in Capespan and Zard and agri-vision and a bunch of other productive assets in the agricultural space. And that was the broad theme that they brought to the market. It's sizable too. Capitalization 11.4 billion rand, price earnings ratio 14.74, dividend yield 1.37. So Joseph, I mean, that thing about taking away the management fee, I guess that was in reaction to some criticism where people didn't like this big cash flow coming out every year from the PSG guys sucking out all of the juice out of the bones.
No, I agree with you. I think we saw that with MTN in Nigeria, where people are saying it's another way basically of just taking money. You can see obviously the dividend yield being quite low, purely because if there's a big chunk of that, you know, you don't return that to shareholders. So they try to restructure to make sure that everybody is happy and convert that into shareholding. They have benefited massively from the fact that PSG, which is the parent, has got stash of cash they can use for acquisition, for expansion, whatever they want.
They see good deals. You've got to hand that to them.
Yes.
Although the price of this one is a function of what it is that Pioneer is doing. Because Pioneer is 70% of the value. Pioneer, remember, got new management under Phil Rue, who was an ex-Tiger guy that went there. So if you show the share price now, that's why I'm pointing at the thank you very much. You can see that it's gone up, but then it's been a little bit wild. Because Pioneer, having flown high at the end of 2014, did have a bad 2015, but since then it's recovering a bit. I guess it's recovering with the rest of the sector, the rest of the space.
Yeah, there is a little bit of coming down there. So you've got the dip in 2016, if you check the chart, and then now it's almost like another cliff coming through there, if you see the green spot there.
Look, I mean, the sum of the parts valuation, you know, they do that with the results. They say what they think all their businesses are is worth R8.40 now. So let's go back to the chart. Where's R8.40 on that? You can see it's a little bit higher than that. So they reckon if you add up all the bits and pieces, the Capespan, the Chata and the Carp Agri, all the other stuff. Hot or not on this one?
I'm going to miss this one, actually. Not hot, yeah.
Look, I guess it all comes down to Pioneer. I like Phil Ruse. I'm going to tip hot on that one. And just say, in a sense, what you're looking at here is really more of a food producer.
Yes.
Branded food producer. In any event, that's fine.